In 1983, PBS, the Public Broadcasting Service, came forward with a 13-part television series on Vietnam. Neither the series nor the companion book by Stanley Carno fully explored the issue of media's involvement in the domestic turmoil that was Vietnam. When the PBS series about Vietnam was broadcast during the fall of 1983, those citizens concerned about the impact of media on American politics were gravely disappointed. Rather than coming forward with new insights, the series reiterated many of the same journalistic errors of the 1960s. Those who believe that the past must be recorded accurately so we can plan for the future dare not leave such a distorted report unchallenged. The focus of our program will be on the Tet Offensive of 1968, an event which marked a turning point in the Vietnam War. During the last days of January 1968, the Viet Cong launched a series of assaults on the major cities of Vietnam. Communist planners assumed that local populations would rally to the Viet Cong and that the army of South Vietnam would collapse. Neither assumption was justified. Civilians in the South did not rally to the communist banner. The army of South Vietnam showed itself to be capable of sustained engagement with the enemy. Tet's two protracted battles at the Khe Sanh outpost and the city of Hue ended with huge communist losses. But the real story of Tet never got to American audiences. Instead, by focusing exclusively on Tet's pyrotechnics, the American media, especially television, created a very negative impression. The media, especially television news, have become a political force in American life as powerful as the governing institutions created by the Founding Fathers. The press, too, has to reconsider its role as a social force, tempering its freedom with a sense of responsibility. I'm Charlton Heston.
Let me say to the Vietnam veterans gathered here today, when you returned home, you brought solace to the loved ones of those who fell. But little solace was given to you. Some of your countrymen were unable to distinguish between our native distaste for war and the stainless patriotism of those who suffered its scars. But there's been a rethinking there too. And now we can say to you, and say as a nation, thank you for your courage. Thank you for being patient with your countrymen.
This program was produced by Accuracy in Media, a media watchdog organization in Washington, D.C., representing the consumers of news.
Well, this is the end of the program, and we hope you enjoy.
We'll see you in another edition of CNN Remembers. This is Herman Cameron.
This is Pablo Escalera.
And we say goodbye.
La vale.
My name is Herman Cameron.
And mine is Pablo Escalera. Introduction. In this program, we go back to the days of Vietnam War and focus on the role exercised by the enemy. It is a struggle against the influence of war.
Yes.
This led to the horror of war night after night in living rooms of the population, and ultimately a struggle against the influence of war.
Yes.
This led to the horror of war night by night in living rooms of every
The audience and the technology remain too limited. And limited. Well, this is the end of the program, and we like you. Well, this is everything for today. We hope you enjoyed this edition of CNN Remembers, and we'll see you in the next edition of CNN Remembers.